What is up, homies, and welcome to Homemade Everything. Today on Homemade Everything, we are working on this dang old tractor again. She's a 1952 Ford 8N, and I love her. She was donated by Trucker Steve, and we've got a lot of work to do on her. In this episode, we get a lot of the ignition stuff done. We diagnose and kind of fix a little compression issue that we had. We fixed it with the good old Marvel mystery oil trick. We now have good compression and good spark, but if y'all want to see how it was done, watch this. So I rolled this thing over a few times earlier today, ran the compression test on all four cylinders. Rear cylinder was 70 psi, cylinder 3 was 50, cylinder 2 was 30, cylinder 1 was 10, which is insanely low. Hopefully those numbers were because the cylinders were dry. The cylinder rings were not, hot and expanded. There wasn't oil sloshed up because it's been sitting for 3 years. Rings can be stuck in certain positions, which allows gases past them instead of holding that compression. So I put oil in here about 12 hours ago. I was going to leave it overnight, but I gave it 12 hours and I cranked this thing over a few times and it just smoothed out quite a bit. There's a lot less gritty grinding sounds. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this compression tester back on it and check it one more time and just see if anything changed with the oil in the cylinders. Just because I'm curious, and then we're going to snag this 6-volt battery out and put the 12-volt battery in and go from there. I'm pretty pumped for 12 volts of starting power. That's going to be nice. Well, we're out of battery, so I guess we'll get that battery swapped. All right, so 12-volt battery is in there, and for those of y'all that are wondering, I simply went down to Tractor Supply. I got on Google on my phone, and I said 6-volt to 12-volt conversion, 8N tractor battery size, something. I found out that batteries do have sizes like generic, they said this is a 25 or a 35, I'm not sure, and I went back and forth, and all I could find is one labeled a T-35, and it didn't say this is the size or anything, it was just labeled model T-35 battery. And so I was like, I guess that's what I need. It fits perfectly. So a 35 number battery from Tractor Supply will fit in there. Fun fact. All right, so that may have taken forever, but it was totally worth it. I put in the 12-volt battery. I hooked down the positive and negative leads, and then I changed where the negative lead did hook to because it did hook to somewhere down here. And then it connected to a post back here. The 6-volt battery had corner posts, opposite corners. This one has normal things. So I moved it to here. I had to replace that bolt. That was a super big pain in the butt. And then this looks like it's not totally perfect right now, and that's because it's not clamped down all the way. I'll do that in a second, but it's clamped down enough to show you that. She spins. I wonder how much oil we're slinging out of the cylinder since we put it in there earlier. None. I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign, but it's aight. Cool. Okay, yeah, well, I don't know what to do next now. We'll figure it out. So this first one had 100 PSI, which is awesome. However, that was our best cylinder. It had 70 with the 6-volt crank. So with 12-volt cranking the starter, it may have helped, or remember this is a wet test. So remember there's oil in the cylinders. When it has oil in it. All right, cylinder 3. Yes, 115. Cylinder 1, here we go. Yikes, that's not good. Cylinder 1, well, I had 90. Let's see if I just didn't get it tight or something. Let's see, go ahead. No. So cylinder 1's hurting. It's got 80, 85, maybe 90, probably 85. I'm gonna run it like that. It has plenty of compression. Hopefully though, that one cylinder won't be hurting too bad. And I guess we'll see what spark plugs do after a while of running. Well, I feel way more excited, which means a little more energy, which means I think I can go play with that coil now. Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab a bite to eat and then come back out, see if I feel good, and start playing with this thing. Oh, I've got some good dirt on my face. I look great. Why didn't y'all tell me? Anyways, I decided, so I've got the battery in, how I like it and everything. Yeah. And just the wiring still is a mess. Not the battery wiring, but the rest of the tractor. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the ignition side of things. I think I'm going to put the new rotor and cap on the distributor. I just whistled when I said my S's. Distributor. And then, yeah, I look really good, guys. It's like mustache on the top and bottom. Perfect. Not a goatee, mustache on top and bottom. All right, let's focus. Distributor, way over here. I think I'm gonna put the new cap on that. I'll put the new spark plug wires in, and then I'll see if we can get some spark out of that. Because we have 12 volts, it's fully charged. Starter seems to be working great to spin that over. We need the 12 volt coil and the 12 volt, no, nothing else is 12. I mean, everything else can handle whatever voltage, but pretty sure my distributor can handle 12 volts, because it's going to handle whatever comes out of the, yeah, it only handles what comes out of the coil, and that's a 12 volt coil, so it should be fine. It'll possibly be fine. Yeah, I don't want to mess with fuel or anything yet. I don't want to mess with paint or anything yet. I don't want to mess with greasing joints or anything yet. Yeah, we're going to tackle electrical now, specifically ignition, specifically distributor area. Let's do it. Alright, so I got this distributor all the way cleaned up and back together, and I'm happy with it. And so I'm going to install it and put some wires to it and see if we can get some spark out of this thing. Alright, so I don't know what the difference is between a 12 volt coil and a 6 volt coil. It's probably like a certain number of windings or something inside. I don't even know how a coil works. But there is our 12 volt coil that someone has installed before, it looks like. I wonder if they rebuild them. I bet they do. There we go. No bracket for it. Oop. Uh-oh, I don't even see it. Uh-oh, there it is. What is that? What are you? Huh? Yep. But what are that? To squeeze that together? Yeah, it has to be. Alright, let's go to the ignition side. Like so. I wonder if I should not use the clamp and use the original clamp. I don't know. Whew. It hit the ground, boys. We're good. right. Nice and empty in there now. Ready for a 12-volt coil and a new distributor. All right, replacement coil is in. It's not wired up yet. I guess I'll do that now. I'm getting kind of tired. But it's so fun to work on this thing. All right, homies. Well, I know it doesn't look like I did much. Looks like I just kind of made a bigger mess, but oh, you can see that. Did that. There is a lot of work still to go, like so much that I have to keep reminding myself, hey, don't forget there's no coolant in it. But luckily, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I could totally forget about that, and that would really suck if I rebuilt this thing and then overheated it the first second. I'm done for the night, super tired, gonna go just get cleaned up and go to sleep. But I got the 12-volt battery in, I got the 12-volt coil in, I got the distributor rebuilt and reinstalled, and I got it almost hooked up. But there's a few other things that we need to hook up: a ignition switch, then run a line to the coil, and then see if we can shock ourselves. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this part of the tractor rebuild, and I will see you in a few days, because this is all I'm going to be doing. See ya. Bye. God, I'm so dirty. All right, so if you guys are loving these tractor videos, I need y'all to go ahead and help out with the funding of parts. We've spent about, not quite $1,000 on this tractor so far, and I think y'all paid about $500 or $600. It's been awesome. So keep that going. The GoFundMe link will be in the description, and that's just the way that we're gonna do it. Yes, GoFundMe takes 3% off of the top, but I mean, that's to pay their people, their company. It makes sense. YouTube takes like 30% or something off the live stream donations, so I am not doing that. I am doing this and GoFundMe because it's already set up. They will take a little bit, but they're a good company, and honestly, I don't mind us paying them too. I think that can be one of our charities, is this nonprofit GoFundMe, and they'll take 3%. That's great. We should be happy about that, not angry. So let's build this thing. Y'all send more cash. It's gonna keep going. I guess I'll give y'all a little insider tip here. Everything's going good. I haven't hit anything that has stumped me. The water jacket or the freeze plugs, that was a learning experience. Y'all get to see that in the next few videos. Starter Bendix exploding, that was a learning experience too. Shooting parts into the transmission housing, y'all get to see that in the next videos. Yeah, so that's what y'all get for funding this project, is you get insider information on future stuff, and you also get to call some shots. So like when we get down to paint, I have a few questions, and I don't know, we'll go over it then. There's no way I'll forget it because I'm really picky on colors with these, and yeah, we'll go from there. But I hope y'all like this video. Please keep sending cash to the GoFundMe. Links in description. Love you, bye!